we're joined now by Minnesota Democratic Congresswoman Ilhan Omar. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Margaret.
We have a lot to get to with you, but I want to pick up on where the Treasury Secretary just left off. He alleged that people who were tied to you or your campaign were involved in this broad, brazen scheme to rip off the Minnesota state welfare system. Do you want to respond to that? Do you know what he is referring to?
I really don't, and I don't think the secretary himself understands what he's referring to. We obviously had people who were able to donate to our campaign that were involved. We sent that money back a couple years ago. And actually, I was one of the first members of Congress to send a letter to the Secretary of Ag asking them to look into what I thought was a reprehensible fraud that was occurring within the program.
So this was, just for our audience, the Biden-era Justice Department called it the largest COVID fraud scheme in the country.
So wait a minute, I just got a question, just real quick. So if you knew more than a couple years ago that there was something fishy that was happening and going on in your district or wherever it is that you are or whatever, and you sent the money back, because usually politicians only send the money back when they discover something of a discrepancy or something wrong or something reprehensible, right? And they don't want to be tied to or associated with the person in a future conversation because they know that that person is going to get arrested. And I know that she said that she wrote whatever to let them know, hey, listen, this thing could be going bad or whatever, so on and so forth. So you know this person is doing dirty business. And you just let it slide, and you telling us that you wrote a letter and that's the end of the conversation. So you're familiar that these people are not doing what they're supposed to do, because I didn't catch this when I was listening to the Millionaire Morning Show or when I was having a conversation about this on the Millionaire Morning Show, but I'm catching it now, and it's all starting to make sense to me. So you sent the money back a couple years ago, because this would make more sense if she said that, because I know in a further conversation, I've seen a small clip of this, which made me interested in reacting to this in the first place, in which she then blames the FBI for the fraud, even though the FBI has to find out afterwards. But if you sent the money back years ago, that means that you are intimately familiar with the fact that these people, your Somali friends over in Minneapolis, who is committing some of the biggest welfare fraud that we've ever seen on record to the tune of billions, that means that you knew, inconclusively know that you knew that something was wrong, and you never really said anything.